Now I have an expert from the Solvent Extractors Association of India. It is among the world's largest importers and processors of vegetable oils. It is a key business association that works with the Indian government's program on vegetable oils. I have with me Dr. B.V. Mehta, the Executive Director of Solvent Extractors Association. He is a member of a number of Indian government committees on vegetable oils. I would like to ask Dr. Mehta, there is currently a ban on palm oil in Sri Lanka, as you may know.
Yeah.
What are your views on that?
The Sri Lanka is heavily dependent on import of edible oil. I understand nearly 70% is being imported to meet the total requirement. Oil palm is such a plantations which can give you about 4 to 5 ton per hectare the palm oil, and also it supports the farmers and particularly the small holders. In India also, the government of India is very keen to promote the oil palm plantation just to bridge the gap between demand and supply. I'm sure the Sri Lankan government would realize the potential of the oil palm, and that will reduce your dependence on imports there.
Your members are among the biggest producers and importers of vegetable oil in the world.
Yes.
How does the SEA see investment potential from Indian businesses to support the vegetable oil industry in Sri Lanka?
Madam, in India, the capacity utilization is very low because of the raw material shortage, and we are heavily dependent on the import. Similar case is in the Sri Lanka also. I'm not sure in which area whether Sri Lankan friends would require the help, but yes, the technology wise, if somebody wants to put up a plant, a refinery, definitely the technology is available and cheaper technology is available and could be supplied to the Sri Lanka.
I hear that India produces oil from rice bran. Can you please elaborate on that?
India produces about 1 million ton of rice bran oil from the rice bran. It's one of the most healthiest oil for the health. It reduces your triglyceride, it reduces your cholesterol. It contains the orinol, the vitamin E. I understand the Sri Lanka, the major crop is the rice. So there is the availability of the rice bran also in the Sri Lanka. If somebody put a plant and recover the rice bran oil, there's a good business. Now I'm sure if the Sri Lanka start producing rice bran oil, would be welcome to join our organizers called International Rice Bran Oil Associations. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Can you explain a bit more on that rice bran association?
Yeah. There is an International Association of Rice Bran Oil, and I happen to be the Secretary General of that organization, which consists of the India, Pakistan, Burma, Vietnam, Thailand. All the rice producing countries are the member of these organizations, and every alternate year we organize the international conference. The next conference on the rice bran oil is planned in Dhaka or during 10 to 12 January 2025. If we would invite your members or those who are producing rice millers to participate in the conference to understand what is the rice bran oil and how it can be produced, and definitely they will be in touch with most of the major rice bran producers from across the globe.
That's very interesting. Thank you. And Dr. Mehta, are there any closing remarks that you would like to make?
I would say 3 things, madam. One, the copra is a major, or coconut is a major producer here. Yield is very low. Focus to raise the yield in coconut. Second, oil palm. Oil palm, see, the world produces about 80 million tons of palm oil. Is a major oil. Roughly 30% or 35% of the world consume the palm oil. It's not a bad oil. So focus to and you are lucky. Your climate condition is very similar to the equatorial. So easily oil palm can pick up here this part of the world. And third, as I said earlier, rice, you have the rice potential, rice bran potential. Focus on the producing rice bran oil in this country. So the three area, in case of your yield for the coconut, focus on the oil palm, and third, explore the full potential of rice bran available in the Sri Lanka.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Mehta.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you for joining us and sharing your experience and expertise.